Hey guys, it's Cara with Cara Joe Plans back with another video for you. Today's going to be a little bit different. I thought I would show you guys how I do my nails with a gel manicure at home for about $3 a manicure. And this just saves a whole lot of money. Going to the salon would probably be like $35 to $40 for a gel manicure. So I do mine at home, and the cost breakdown once you have all the supplies and everything is probably about $3 a manicure. So stick around if you want to learn how I do this and how quick and easy it actually is. And make sure you subscribe to my channel and click that like button and leave a comment if you have ever done your nails at home. So the company that I use is called GelMoment, and it is a direct sale company. I have a representative that I buy from, and I ordered online and it's shipped right to my house. These polishes come in a ton of beautiful colors. Today we're going to be using Underwater Haze. These bottles are $25 each for the nail polish, and I get probably 15 to 20 manicures out of this, if not more, out of one bottle of this. And then there are two ways that you can actually go about removing the polish, the gel polish. The first way is to use these dissolving pads. So you rip these open, and there's a little, like a cotton pad in there with the removing solution on it. And this pink strip comes off and it's like a sticky. So you twist this around your nail and you stick your nail in there to soak it off. And you can also get these clips that'll hold these on once they're wrapped up around your finger, and that just holds it on. And these take probably about, you would soak those for 10 minutes and then take them off and then use the tool to just slide the polish right off. Recently, GelMoment came out with this new product called Flake Off. And I believe this is $13 a bottle. But what you do with this is you just paint this right on the nail. It only takes a couple minutes and the polish slides right off with the tool. So for the sake of this video, this is the one I'm going to use. It's quick and easy. I do have both. This one is a little bit more pricey because it is the $13 a bottle. These remover pads, you get like 100 of them, and I forget how much they are, like 12 bucks. Something like that. So if you have extra time, this is definitely the more cost-effective way. This is the quicker, flip quick change. So let's get started and I'll show you how you do this. And it's really cool. So inside this bottle, the stuff that's in here is like just a thick goo. You can see that on there, the thick goo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape some of this right up into the top so I can get a little bit more on my brush in a minute. But there's enough on my brush right now. And what you do is you just paint this right over the polish. And you can see my manicure's bad. It was flaking. And this is probably, I probably did this over 10 days ago. So I do get about, I would say 10 good days, 14 if I stretch it. And I just gloop this on here, and it's kind of thick, like you can see the big blobs I'm kind of moving around. You just want to make sure you cover everywhere that there's polish with a decent layer of this stuff. And nothing has to be real precise or particular, you just kind of gloop it on there. And the one thing that I do just to kind of make it a little bit easier is I store the bottle upside down because it's so thick. That way I do get a good bit of it up at the top, so it's easier to get out of the bottle. And you just spread that around. I'm going to save some of this gloop here. Get it on this side. Okay, and then I'm going to switch hands. This is just sitting on there already, and I'm going to switch and do the other hand while that's on that hand, and it's not going to affect anything. So same thing over on this hand here. The color I'm taking off is Mystic Rain, and I'm going to go with this teal Underwater Haze today, something different. They have a lot of neutral colors, normal nail polish colors, and every month they have one color that's the color of the month that you can get. I think it's 20% off, so it's like 20 bucks a bottle for the color of the month. And they release new colors as well. So you can see I'm just spreading this on here kind of in a thick layer. And this is why I store it upside down, because sometimes by my last few fingers it's a little bit harder to get some out. And I don't know yet how long this bottle will last. I've done probably 5 manicures with removals with this bottle so far. And it seems like there's still a good bit in there. But pretty soon you're going to see why I like this better than the pads. Alright, so I've got the flake off on all of my fingers, and I've got this piece of paper down here. Usually I use a paper towel or something just to protect my surface, because we're going to scrape all of this off, and this is just where I'm going to put my scrapings. So you saw it just took me a couple minutes to apply it to both hands. I'm going to go back to the first finger that I put it on and just start with the it's a metal manicure tool. GelMoment has these, I forget what they're called. It's like an orange stick, but it's metal. Okay, and you can see I'm not doing a whole lot of work, and it's just flaking right off and kind of like a jelly blob there. Okay, next finger. Alright, so you can see it pretty much just peels right off. I'm going to zoom through and you guys can watch me do the rest of the fingers, and then we'll move to the next step. Okay, so you can see I got most of it off. You can see on this finger there's a little bit still on there, and there's just a little bit of residue on a couple of them. Two things I can do. I can go back with the flake off and apply some more on there and loosen it that way. The other thing that I do is sometimes I just buff a little bit of it off, because I'm going to be buffing my fingers anyhow, so I just like quick little buff. See, there wasn't even that much. It took like 2 strokes of the buffer just to get that little last bit of purple off. And I'm repainting them, so sometimes I don't even mind if there's still a little bit of residue on there. If I was going naked nail, I would probably use the flake off just to make sure I got all of it off. But I'm just doing this real quick just to get anything that's loose off the top. And around the bottom edges sometimes this is harder to get the scraper to scrape it off, just because your nail bends and flexes. So I'm just giving them a quick buff to make sure I got all the loose stuff off. Get those corners. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. Alright, just dumped all those flakes in the trash. The next thing that I want to do is I want to push my cuticles down. So I take the blunt end of this, the pusher, and just push my cuticles down. And this just opens up your nail so that you have a clean surface to paint from and you get the most out of your manicure. Make it last a couple days longer so you don't have so much growth. And the other hand, you'll notice everything on my right hand takes a little bit longer because it is still awkward using my left hand. So you notice when I scraped it off, it took a little bit longer to get it off the right hand. And anything I have to do with my left hand is a little awkward. But the way I see it, I'm not driving 15 or 20 minutes to a nail salon. I'm not sitting and waiting my turn. I'm not spending $30 to $40 on a manicure, tipping the stylist. And I'm saving a lot of money, and I still have a really nice manicured look using gel that lasts. I really can't say enough. I love GelMoment. I love their color selection. I love how easy everything is to use. Okay, so I've got everything pushed down. I've got my cuticles pushed down. The next thing I'm going to do is just give my nails a quick buff just to even out the surface. And if you needed to shape your nails, now would be the time to shape your nails too. I kind of did mine before. They're kind of a mess right now. I broke a bunch of them, so they're all pretty short right now. But this is the time where you want to shape and prep your nails for the new polish. And when I do this, I make sure that I get down into those corners, because that's where I really want the nail polish to stick, is on the edges and the corners. So just a quick buff, make sure I get in the corners on this one. And this doesn't really damage your nail surface. You're buffing a little bit off the top just to kind of clean it up, but you're not going to get those huge dents and stuff as you would with acrylic nails. So I think it's a lot healthier for your nails. And also, from my experience, having the gel polish on them keeps them from breaking a lot, except for when I'm doing like decluttering and moving around the house. Then they just break no matter what. Okay, so I've got them buffed. The next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take these alcohol wipes. So these are a cleaner. These are going to get all the little dust, debris, and natural oils off of my finger and get it prepped for the polish. And I pull 2 of these out. I do one on each hand. I do one hand, and then I cure that hand, and then I go over and do the other hand, because I feel like if I did everything all at once, this hand's touching stuff and it would get dirty again and get oils on it. And I really don't want any oils on there because I want the polish to stick. So I just take the alcohol prep and wipe each nail. Okay, those are ready to go, and I keep that off to the side just in case I make any mistakes with my polish. I can use that to help clean it. So this is the color that I'm going to use, and with the gel polish, you don't want to shake it to mix it. What you want to do rather is you want to just roll it and kind of just slowly move it and just roll it a little bit just to get it mixed, because if you shake it, you get the air bubbles in the polish, and when the light cures them, then you have air bubbles in your manicure. So you really don't want to shake it too much. I just try to keep it just a roll this way. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is do these 4 fingers. I have a curing light that has 4 slots. So I'm going to do these 4 fingers. Alright, now this polish won't dry on its own. It does have to be cured. And I don't want it to cure on my skin, so I noticed I got a little bit on this one here. I'm going to pull that off, and then I can just wipe that right on my alcohol pad. Pull that off of there. And also on the pinky, I had way too much polish. So I'm actually going to take the pointed tip of this tool and scrape a ton of that off the corner there. Way too much. And then I'll clean it up with my finger. So you can see this is why I didn't prep this hand, because I do use it to clean up a good bit. Okay. Alright, so that looks square now. Okay, so these fingers are ready to cure. Actually, oh my goodness. I used way too much polish on my pinky. It's still oozing. Okay. Alright, got that cleaned up. So what we're going to do to cure these is GelMoment offers two different kinds of lights. They have one that's a 2-finger light, and then this one is a 4-finger light. And it cures in 45 seconds, so I'm going to go ahead and press the button, and then it lights up and cures the polish. Now, in theory, you only have to let it cure once. I usually run it through twice just in case, because sometimes I am a little heavy-handed with the polish, and I want to make sure that it's cured all the way. So we're just going to let this run, and when the light goes off, I'm going to start it again. Okay, so the light went out, turning back on to cure again, and while it's on the second cycle of the fingers, this is when I do the polish on my thumb, so it's ready to go under the light as soon as the fingers are done. And this color is super pretty. Are you guys loving this color? Super fun. Okay, then I'm going to place the thumb underneath, turn the light on, and then while that's in there, I'm just going to take my other hand and just feel around on the polish anywhere that it feels like gooey or it gives. I'll know it didn't cure. And sometimes like on the edges that don't have the direct hit from the light, I get some spots that don't want to cure, but not too often. These ones feel good, so we're just going to wait for the thumb to cure, and again I'm going to do 2 cycles with that one. Okay, so this hand is all done. Double check this one to make sure it's cured. That hand's all set to go. Now this hand, I'm going to clean up my thumb a little bit since I did get a good bit of the polish on it. So I'm just going to make sure I get that off. Okay, and then I'm going to take my alcohol prep pad for my second hand and clean these nails. Alright, now these ones are ready for some polish, so let's go. Alright, and there you have it. So in about a half an hour at home, I have a perfectly done gel manicure in this beautiful color underwater haze. And again, the company is GelMoment, and I do have a representative that I use. I will link her below so you can go check out her website and maybe pick up some GelMoment for yourself. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!